to the 2020-2021 AAEOY Virtual Awards Ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to the 19th Annual Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. I am one of your hosts, Sean Flynn.
And I am Christy Wan, and we are your co-hosts for today's wonderful event of recognition and appreciation. There is a lot to celebrate today, and we're so excited to welcome all of you virtually to this global event.
The Asian American Engineer of the Year Award is an organization which recognizes and awards the most distinguished Asian American engineers every year since 2002. 2020 to 2021 is our 19th year.
Now, we would like to welcome Mr. Raymond Chen, who is the National Council Chair of the 19th Asian American Engineer of the Year Award and Conference, to present the opening remark.
Please welcome AAEOY National Council Chair, Raymond Chen.
It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to the 2021 Asian American Engineer of the Year Award Ceremony. The AAEOY Award and Conference program is an annual event on the national platform to honor the most distinguished Asian American professionals for their leadership, technical achievements, and remarkable public services. AAEOY was first introduced in 2002 by Cie USA as part of the U.S. National Engineers Week program. Among the hundreds of events held by Cie USA every year, AAEOY is the flagship program. Cie USA local chapters take turns to host this annual event at different cities across the nation. This year, the program is organized by our very own CIE San Francisco Bay Area chapter. In the past 20 years, this honorable distinction has been awarded to over 300 Asian Americans in various fields of science and engineering, including 9 Nobel laureates, many academic university scholars, major corporate executives, a couple cabinet members, and even an astronaut. Though AAEOY 2020 was postponed due to the pandemic, the organizing committee has continued to host activities to stay engaged with the community. In August 2020, we held an executive forum for AAEOY awardees. In December 2020, January and May 2021, we had the AAEOY Speaker Series by inviting past awardees to share their technical outlooks and career stories with our audiences. And in June, we had an online career fair with the goal to help engineers and the students to better prepare for the job market after the pandemic. Yesterday, the pre-award gala was a great online networking event. And today, we are here to celebrate the achievements of our awardees at this main event. On behalf of the AAEOY committee, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our current and past sponsors, alliance partners, supporters, and volunteers. All our well-received programs are on the weekends. Our esteemed speakers, HR and talent acquisition experts, and the organization team spend a great amount of personal time to produce quality programs that are beneficial to the community. As a nonprofit organization, we all do this without pay. We hope to continue encouraging fellow engineers to achieve technical excellence, advance their leadership skills, and to join us as volunteers to give back to the community. We wanted the outstanding accomplishment and the contributions of these Asian American engineers to be known, and we want to pass the torch to the next generation. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chen, that was wonderful. But now, let's please welcome the Chinese Institute of Engineers USA National Council Chair, Ms. Bing Naris, to present her opening remarks.
And now, Bing Naris.
On behalf of the Chinese Institute of Engineers USA National Council, I want to take this opportunity to thank the San Francisco team for their hard work and dedication to this event, which surely included many steering days and long nights, especially during this time. They have truly demonstrated the problem-solving skills and resiliency of being engineers. We truly appreciate the time they put forth while exercising many non-technical skills, such as marketing, event planning, scheduling, fundraising, budgeting, and much more. I would also like to thank Asian American Engineers of the Year founding members for their projected vision of diversity, equity, and inclusion that began in 2002. The efforts of the past have not been in vain, with the significance of this event being the aspiration to honor and bring recognition to the vast contributions of Asian American engineers. Let us never forget this original intention and mission of AAEOY. We will spare no effort to continually appreciate the journey that Asian American engineers and scientists have taken in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We recognize their outstanding impact across the country and celebrate their achievement towards global stature of Asian Americans. Congratulations to all the awardees.
Thank you, Ms. Bin Naris.
Wow! 9 Nobel laureates, 3 cabinet positions, 6 founders, CEOs, and presidents of corporations, and 1 astronaut. Sean, we really have a powerhouse here.
Yes, we do. And our event today is also endorsed by many organizations. We've received congratulatory letters from various organizations. If you look in your program books, you can see the text of these letters.
We have one last thing to do before the event starts, and that is to show great appreciation for our sponsors. Without them, we couldn't have been standing here celebrating this great moment.
Please see our slides showing our past and present sponsors. Our program has been around for 19 years and has been strongly endorsed and supported by these sponsors.
AAEOY would like to thank our past and current sponsors for their continued support.
Now, we're so excited to present to you Dr. William Perry. Dr. Perry is an American mathematician, engineer, businessman, and civil servant. He served as the U.S. Secretary of Defense from 1994 to 1997 under President Bill Clinton.
Dr. Perry is also a tenured professor at Stanford University and a senior fellow at Stanford's Hoover Institution. Now, let's welcome Dr. Perry.
AAEOY is proud to present Dr. William J. Perry.
I send warm virtual greetings to all of my friends at the Chinese Institute for Engineers at your annual meeting. I've spoken at your meeting in earlier years when I was younger. Now I'm 93, and I can tell you from deep experience that old age is the pits. But old age does have some virtues. Engineers have always played an important role in society, in the United States, in China, indeed all over the world. And the Chinese Institute of Engineers represents the best of the technology that we have in our country. Engineers in particular have played an important role in national security. I was the Director of Defense Research and Engineering for 4 years in the United States, oversaw the development of the highly sophisticated technology that you have in the United States military today. So I'm very pleased to be able to speak to you today, and I want to encourage you to continue to support engineers in their fine work, both in the national security and in the domestic technical issues in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Perry, for your precious time and illuminating speech.
Now, without further ado, we are excited to start our awardees introduction today.
This year, we have several categories of awards. Distinguished Leadership in Technology Award, Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award, Asian American Executive of the Year Award, Asian American Engineer of the Year Award, and Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award. For our 19th AAEOY, we're so excited to have 20 awardees with us today.
Before we start, let's briefly tell you about the process we will follow. Each award will first be introduced by a short company video introducing two honorees. The first honoree will introduce the awardee to receive the award. The second honoree will address everyone with a short acceptance speech.
Now, let's begin with the first award segment, Asian American Executive of the Year Award. There are 4 awardees under this category. Our first presenting company is Boeing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Boeing.
Let's welcome Dr. Naveed Hussain, Chief Technology Officer, VP, and GM in Boeing Research and Technology, to introduce the Asian American Executive of the Year honoree.
Steve Yahata is the Vice President of Integrated Vehicle Systems and leads the Boeing Research and Technology Center in Southern California. Named to this position in 2020, Steve leads a global team of scientists, technologists, technicians, and engineers conducting advanced research and development of flight performance, vehicle systems, structure, and advanced vehicle concept development and demonstration. Steve graduated from UCLA with a Bachelor of Science degree in engineering and a Master of Business Administration degree from Cal State University, Fullerton. He has also completed graduate-level mechanical engineering coursework at UCLA and USC, as well as advanced manufacturing, global development, and advanced management programs at Carnegie Mellon, the University of Washington, and the Wharton School of Business. Steve and I have worked together for many years, and it's been my pleasure to do so. As long as I have known Steve, he has always been a builder. He is a builder of culture. He builds a culture of curiosity, creativity, and courage that helps his leaders innovate boldly and more powerfully. He cares about how things get done and what gets done. He seeks out the passion and strengths of his leaders to accelerate the team. Steve is a builder of leaders and teams. He sets an example for his team in being a servant leader, a lifelong learner, by envisioning the future and by creating space and opportunity for his team. He values talent and character. He is focused on growing and developing emerging engineering leaders through experiences and coaching. Steve mentors 30 to 40 current and future leaders across our company, engaging them in their work and personal development. And Steve is a builder of collaboration. He builds trust and is an active listener, focusing on the needs of employees, customers, and the business, closely partnering with global government agencies, subsidiaries, universities, suppliers to orchestrate technology development collaboration. His passion is coaching, mentoring, leadership development, and high-performance team building. It's been truly an honor for me to know Steve and to work with Steve. He enjoys adventures with his wife, Susan, his son, Brennan, and Brennan's fiancée, Sarah Palladino, his daughter, Anna Leigh, and son-in-law, Kel Ekman. Steve serves his community through involvement with his church and other community service engagements, such as mentoring, home building, youth sports coaching, and participation in the UCLA Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering Industry Advisory Board. Congratulations, Steve.
And now, Asian American Executive of the Year honoree, Steve Yahata.
Thank you, Naveed. I appreciate the kind words. I want to thank the AAEOY for this incredible recognition. I also want to thank the leaders at Boeing for seeing me, investing in me, and giving me the opportunity to innovate and lead powerfully. I want to especially thank my advisors, mentors, and coaches, including Greg Heislip, Naveed Hussain, Charles Toops, Jerry Young, Pat Goggin, John Tracy, and Jason Takayama. Their perspectives, experience, and vision have been so important to my career. I thank my Boeing Research and Technology team, as well as our partners at NASA, the FAA, Air Force Research Lab, DARPA, CSIRO, JAXA, as well as our university and industry partners. What a great opportunity to work with the world's best and brightest. I give them all the credit for what we've been able to accomplish together. I especially thank my wife, Susan, for her constant love, encouragement, and support, as well as my children, Brennan and Annalie. I want to dedicate this award to my parents, Shoji and May Yahata, who poured so much of themselves into me and who demonstrated to me what it means to reach higher, be a servant leader, and invest myself in others. Thank you.
Congratulations to our Asian American Executive of the Year Award recipient, Mr. Stephen Yahata, Vice President from Boeing.
Our next awardee is from IBM. IBM has been supporting AAEOY for many years consecutively, and we'd like to show our greatest appreciation.
There's something that underlies how things function in the world.
I think it starts with being curious. That's where it starts.
I'm a scientist because I love this world. I love finding out more about this world. I like finding out how things work.
What is science?
Oh man, let's see.
Science is a thirst for knowledge.
Science is a process to help us think better.
It's asking the right set of questions.
Science has no political ideology. It's not liberal, it's not conservative, it just is.
Scientific thinking is good thinking.
We are facing all these complex problems.
Climate change.
Hunger.
Infectious disease.
Injustice. How are we going to address those problems?
We need to discover faster.
You can't give up.
You've got to be skeptical.
You find methods to try and prove yourself wrong.
If a scientist is not open-minded, you are not a scientist.
We are never happy, and we never should be happy, because things can always be improved. We have particle physicists,
designers,
engineers,
economists,
chemists,
biologists,
ethnomusicologists.
It's really a community endeavor.
All the different talents, all the different mindsets, backgrounds, experiences.
That's just the mission we have.
I am in IBM Research because I love the people I work with. I admire the people I work with. They're incredibly good, and because they're so good, I can be good.
There's never been a better time to be a nerd.
And that's the beauty of it.
Let's welcome Dario Gil, Senior Vice President and Director of IBM Research, to introduce the Asian American Executive of the Year honoree.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dario Gil, Senior Vice President and Director of IBM Research. It is with extreme joy that I would like to introduce to you an amazing human being. An incredibly clever, talented, skilled, creative, forward-thinking scientist and IBM Distinguished Engineer. The recipient of this year's prestigious Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. my dear colleague and friend, Dr. Mukesh Khare, Vice President at IBM Research, leading IBM's hybrid cloud research. During his last 2 decades at IBM, Mukesh has been continuously coming up with innovations that make the world a better place. And he's also a strong advocate for diversity and inclusion at work, such as our Power Up program for women engineers. Mukesh joined our company in 1998, his first job after getting his PhD from Yale. And he stayed, and we have been so honored to work with him. Thanks to his efforts, our IBM research site at Albany, New York, has now become the world's leading collaborative research hub for leading-edge semiconductors and nanotechnology. Just think about our most recent breakthrough, the 2-nanometer node chip, that should lead to more powerful and more sustainable technology. Mukesh has been the main driver of that effort. And before that, in 2015, he and his team did it for the 7-nanometer node technology, now in high-volume manufacturing. 2 years later, they did it again for the 5-nanometer node chip, pushing the limits of chip technology to power hybrid cloud computing and AI. Mukesh leads a team of more than 1,000 researchers around the world, working in material science and device research for semiconductors, novel chip architectures and design, cloud computing and enterprise systems, and software for hybrid cloud. Throughout his career at IBM, Mukesh has helped build collaborations and partnerships with top companies and organizations, always striving to create what's next in computing. To give you an example, it's Mukesh who had the idea to create our AI Hardware Center 2 years ago, in 2019. This center and its several public and private partners are now at the forefront of AI research in hardware technologies, which are so vital as AI models get ever more complex and require ever more energy to train and run. The center's aim is to improve AI hardware compute efficiency by 2.5 times every year for a decade, meaning 1,000 times better performance by 2029. Mukesh is also involved in driving IBM's Cloud Innovation Lab that focuses on cutting-edge cloud research with our clients. He has co-authored more than 100 research papers and holds many US and international patents. And I am certain that many more are yet to come, as well as many more achievements. I want to end by thanking Mukesh for his many contributions to technology and more personally to our team and myself. Mukesh, congratulations on this award.
Presenting Asian American Executive of the Year awardee, Dr. Mukesh Khare.
It is my absolute honor to receive the Asian American Executive of the Year award for 2020-2021. This award is very special to me as being recognized in the pandemic year. This award is very special to me as my family supported my work from home for the entire year. And my son, who is in the high school, after observing me for months, asked me, when do I really work? As he only sees me talking with people on my computer screen. This award is very special to me as our Asian American community is seeing increased anti-Asian sentiments this year and is coming together as an extended family to fight it. I would like to thank IBM for providing me with opportunities to drive hard technology projects and enabling me to build large partnerships for the benefit of business and society. I would like to also thank the thousands of IBMers who have contributed in this journey with me, and a special thanks to my wife, Yamini, who has been the pillar of my strength for the last 23 years. Thank you, Asian American community, for this honor, and I humbly accept this award. Thank you.
Congratulations to our Asian American Executive of the Year award recipient, Dr. Mukesh Khare, Vice President from IBM.
Our next awardee is from Texas Instruments. Let's watch the company video first.
Radar sensors in your car help make your drive safer. Pocket-sized ultrasound machines make medical care more accessible. Ultrasonic flow meters detect water leaks from a single drop. None of this would be possible without the journey of invention, from vacuum tubes to transistors, to the first integrated circuit, or chip, invented by Jack Kilby in 1958 in the labs of Texas Instruments. Since that day, TIers have worked on exciting technology, with each innovation building on the last to help our customers make electronics smaller, more reliable, more efficient, and more affordable, and therefore more accessible to all people. At Texas Instruments, our passion is to create a better world by making electronics more affordable through semiconductors. That's engineering progress.
Let's welcome Yesenia Moore, Vice President, Diversity and Inclusion, to introduce the Asian American Executive of the Year honoree.
Hi, I'm Yesenia Moore, Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion at Texas Instruments. Today, it is my great pleasure to introduce our Asian American Executive of the Year recipient, Gurshaman Baweja. Gurshaman is our company's Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer for Information Technology Services. In his day-to-day role, he manages the IT strategies and operations of applications and infrastructure worldwide that support TI's objective to make electronics more affordable through semiconductors. He brings a strong focus on manufacturing information technology to our company and has been an integral part of the development and implementation of critical IT strategies for semiconductor manufacturing operations at TI. Gurshaman was born in Moradabad, India, and received a Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering from Punjab University. He then attended Arizona State University, where he received a Master of Science and Doctorate in Industrial Engineering. A lover of learning, he then pursued a Master of Business Administration from Southern Methodist University in Dallas. He applied the knowledge he gained from his extensive studies at TI when he joined our company 25 years ago. During that time, he has served in a variety of roles that support key initiatives at our company, including manufacturing automation, supply chain, e-commerce, and channel management. He's also the author of 4 U.S. patent disclosures and a variety of journal and conference publications. Other key milestones at TI include his crucial involvement in the integration of TI's acquisition of National Semiconductor. He led the implementation of TI's supply chain strategies for all national semiconductor products and factories to create a resilient supply chain in any market environment. He believes team building is an integral part of innovation and collaboration, and has supported IT Services' yearly Tech Mania event, where employees spend time innovating and developing ideas that meet a real business need at TI. Outside of TI, Gurshaman enjoys spending time with his family. He spent many years coaching his daughter's soccer team, and prior to some knee problems he'll tell you all about from playing too many sports, you can find him playing cricket and badminton. He is also passionate about giving back to his community and helping others. He regularly mentors university students and serves as a mentor for a high school robotics team, encouraging students to pursue STEM careers. He's very passionate about making an impact in the fight to cure cancer with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. He's also involved in fundraising activities that create educational facilities for underprivileged students and girls in India. It comes as no surprise that we are very proud of his work at TI and in the community. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Gurshaman Baweja and congratulate him on this recognition.
Please welcome Asian American Executive of the Year awardee, Dr. Gurshaman Baweja.
It's an honor to receive the Asian American Executive of the Year award.
Looking at the innovations and accomplishments of the past awardees, I am truly humbled and proud to receive this award. I would like to start by thanking Yashunia Moore, TI's Vice President of Inclusion and Diversity, for a wonderful introduction. Next, I would like to thank Alan Barker, my previous boss, previous CIO of TI, for nominating me for this award. She was a wonderful mentor and provided me with so many opportunities under her leadership. I would also like to thank Texas Instruments for continuing to invest in my growth. I would not be here without all the opportunities TI provided me to innovate and grow in my career. Most of all, I would like to thank TIers, especially my team, where I had the opportunity to work with them and learn from them every day. I am sure all of you will agree with our belief at TI that strong companies build strong communities, and strong communities build strong companies. STEM is a passion for TI and TIers, and the company continues to grow this pipeline, especially focusing on students who historically experience educational roadblocks. This has been a passion for me, and I continue to pursue this work for years to come. I want to close by saying thank you to my family for their love and support of me. Selfless support of my wife, Tripat, was key to my success in my career. I will also like to acknowledge the support of my daughters, Kirat and Rasna. They are a huge source of learning for me every day, believe it. Last but not the least, I would like to dedicate this award to my daughter, Kirat. We lost her last year at a very young age. I am sure she's all smiles somewhere up there. We love you, Kirat. Once again, thank you for this recognition.
Congratulations to our Asian American Executive of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Gurshaman Baweja, Senior Vice President and CIO from Texas Instruments.
Our final honoree in this award segment is AMS.
Let's welcome Dana Abach, VP of HR of America and AOS Global HRBP, to introduce the Asian American Executive of the Year honoree.
Hello, I am Dana Arbach, North America Vice President of Human Resources and Global HR Business Partner for Advanced Optical Sensors Business Unit of AMS Osram. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members of the Asian American Engineer of the Year community, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce Jennifer Zhao, Executive Vice President and General Manager of Advanced Optical Sensors Business Unit at AMS Osram, a global sensors leader. From an early age, Jennifer's parents have positively influenced her career, and I quote, "I have to thank my parents who inspired me to take the path in technology. Ever since I was a little girl, I had the conviction that technology makes people's lives better." Jennifer has extensive semiconductor background and held multiple executive positions at NXP, Nexperia, and currently at AMS Osram, a global company recognized as a world sensors leader. She serves as management team member and leads a multinational team located in Europe, Americas, and Asia. Her accomplishments as GM are reflected in the growth of the top line and bottom line. She is a strong executive and leads with passion and conviction. Jennifer is the recipient of the Woman of the Year Award at Questech Sensors Innovation Week in 2020 by Fierce Electronics. She has been featured in multiple publications and most recently was a panel speaker on transformative leadership at Singapore Semiconductor Industry Association Women Forum in 2021. She is an avid activist. She dedicates her spare time to building platforms to support women's growth in technology. She is passionate about contributing to diversity, equality, and inclusion in the workplace and society. I close by sharing Jennifer's personal leadership values she holds close and dear to her heart: humility, compassion, curiosity, and courage, coexisting in perfect alignment with the AMS Osram values. While living the AMS Osram culture, she empowers her team and encourages leaders to make the transition from I to we. Jennifer is an inspiration to all of us.
let's welcome Asian American Executive of the Year awardee, Jennifer Zhao.
It's my great honor to accept Asian American Executive of the Year Award in 2021. I'm very grateful to work in the technology field and also at AMS Osram, a company that values innovation, diversity, and inclusion. Winning this award in 2021 is especially meaningful to me. Asian Americans have made significant contribution in STEM field. Let's all be proud and speak up against any discrimination and hate crimes whenever we can. So I'm taking the opportunity of this award ceremony to speak up about this issue. At AMS Osram, we stand with AAPI community. I'm also hoping with this award, I can inspire more women to join STEM field, to flourish and achieve their professional ambition and dreams. We need more women in the engineering community. Thanks again for this precious award.
Congratulations to our Asian American Executive of the Year Award recipient, Ms. Jennifer Zhao, Executive Vice President and General Manager.
AAEOY proudly congratulates all of our Asian American Executive of the Year awardees. AAEOY award winners can trace their heritage to Eastern, Southeastern, Southern, and Western Asia. Among the 300-plus awardees, there are many scholars, researchers, engineers, corporate executives, Nobel laureates, cabinet members, and an astronaut.
Congratulations to all of our honorees. Our next segment is for Asian American Engineer of the Year Award.
Every year, we honor and celebrate the achievements of Asian Americans of global stature and include them with distinguished awards. Those receiving these awards are role models and a source of inspiration for Asian American engineers, scientists, and for all Americans. Of the 20 recipients this year, we will present one Distinguished Leadership in Technology Award and one Distinguished Lifetime Award.
Let's welcome the Nomination Committee Chair of the 19th AAEOY, Dr. David Pham, to give us an introduction to the AAEOY Distinguished Award.
David Pham has served not only the Nomination Committee Chair of this year's program, he has also been active in serving the Chinese Institute of Engineers for many years. I was personally introduced by David to CIE and AAEOY many years ago, and David has been a great mentor and leader for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome David Pham.
Please welcome the AAEOY Nomination Committee Chair, Dr. David Pham.
The AAEOY Distinguished Award is the most prestigious award category in AAEOY. This award is presented to Asian Americans with the most outstanding achievements in science, technology, engineering, or entrepreneurship. Throughout the 20 years of AAEOY award history, we have recognized 43 distinguished awardees. Among them are Nobel laureates, university leaders, top-notch researchers, and multinational corporation executives. These distinguished awards represent our utmost respect for the highest achievers and leaders. It is our sincere hope that in honoring these trailblazing superachievers, we will inspire our younger generations to hold them as their role models and to follow in their footsteps by making even more contributions to society. I'm honored to announce that for 2021, the Distinguished Leadership in Technology Award is given to Ms. Ann Chow, CEO of AT&T Business.
Connections, they're all around us. But what if they became even smarter, reshaping how we live and how we work? Imagine a future where self-driving cars could connect to the world around them and make decisions in near real time. where doctors could see things they've never been able to see before, and retailers could use augmented reality to create a better shopping experience. As businesses explore new applications and services, they'll need a next-generation network to support their innovations. And with the AT&T vision for 5G, entire industries could be transformed. This edge-to-edge solution will deliver ultra-high speeds, ultra-reliability, and ultra-low latency. But more than just speed, 5G will be smart. And AT&T plans to deploy 5G as a software-defined network with enough intelligence to transition between wired and wireless networks, delivering optimal performance. So a manufacturer could identify and fix machinery in record time. An insurance company could use drones to assess disasters in near real time. And a first responder could see through walls and smoke, saving lives faster than ever before. In a world where milliseconds matter, 5G from AT&T will provide new opportunities for business and ultimately unlock a world of endless possibilities.
Now, let's welcome the introducer, Mr. David Lu, Vice President in AT&T Lab.
Hi, this is David Lu, a Vice President at AT&T Labs and a 2017 AAEOY Award recipient. I have the great pleasure of introducing Ann Cao. Introducing Ann is an honor. Her business unit serves 3 million business customers. Recently, she was named on Fortune magazine's Most Powerful Women list. She holds many firsts and is truly a trailblazer for our next generation of leaders. Not only is she the first woman to hold the position of CEO of AT&T Business, but is also the first woman of color CEO in AT&T's 144 years history. She received both her undergraduate and master's degree in electrical engineering and an MBA from Cornell University and has excelled in leading and transforming major parts of AT&T Business, and is also a well-respected community leader and promoter of workplace diversity, demonstrated not only by her words, but actions and results. She serves as a mentor to many and is active in employee group mentoring circles. She drives product and technology innovation, not only within AT&T, but also in the industry. She also shares something common with me. We are both well-trained musicians, with Ann being a pianist from the Juilliard School of Music. She is an inspiration, and we are so thrilled to recognize her for the innovator and role model that she is for us all. Now let's welcome Ann Cao.
Ann Cao, recipient of the Distinguished Leadership in Technology Award.
I'm incredibly honored to receive the 2021 Distinguished Leadership in Technology Award. I'd like to extend my gratitude to the Asian American Engineer of the Year nomination committee, and to all my fellow honorees this year. I'm truly humbled to be in your company. It's moments and events like these that bring us together to celebrate advancements in impact, empowered by technology and amazing people. In all cases, these impacts will last for generations to come. Together, we can all be the change we wish to see in the world. Together, we can build inclusive cultures where everyone belongs and has equal opportunity to innovate and make this world a better place. And together, we can ensure hope, promise, and possibility for all. Thank you again, and congratulations to all of the honorees.
Congratulations to Ms. Ann Cao for the Distinguished Leadership in Technology Award.
Now we have arrived at the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. Under this category, we have 9 awardees.
Please welcome the first introducer, Dr. Wenjie Zhao, Director of Network Analytics and Automation, to introduce the Asian American Engineer of the Year honoree for AT&T.
Dr. Zhi Li currently serves as lead member of technical staff at AT&T Labs. He joined AT&T Labs in 2005 after receiving a PhD from UC Davis in computer networks. Zhi is an innovative technology leader in system engineering and operation automation development for various technologies, including IPTV, 3G, LTE, 5G, and SDN. He has been responsible for network analytics, designing and developing network management solutions for performance optimization, capacity planning, and virtualized network function operational automation. He was a key contributor to support AT&T's IPTV UVerse initial network launch, focusing on end-to-end video performance monitoring and trouble isolation solution design. He led a team of 15 wireless engineers to perform extensive end-to-end performance capacity analysis and optimization to support iPhone and LTE VoLTE launch. He architected, contributed many key components of AT&T SDN controlled operation and service automation for virtualized network function. He's currently focusing on performance analytics and capacity planning for 5G services. Dr. Li has published more than 15 papers at prestigious journals and conferences. He also has more than 60 patents issued by USPTO. He's also a registered patent agent at the USPTO. During his spare time, he enjoys hiking with his two boys near Half Moon Bay.
Dr. Zhi Li, Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
It is truly an honor for me to receive the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. I am feeling grateful and humbled at the same time. Having worked at AT&T for 15 years, I was fortunate to work on many challenging projects, from IP video to wireline access, from network cloud to mobility services, and collaborated with many great people. First, I want to thank all the colleagues and clients I have worked with. This award is for all of you. I've been growing every day because of our teamwork. Particularly my long-term direct manager and mentor Raj's award has taught me not only to be a great engineer, but also a great leader. Second, I want to thank CIE and the Asian American Engineer of the Year Committee. You provided an excellent platform for all Asian American engineers, not only to be proud of what we do, but also who we are. Last, I want to thank my family. My parents taught me to be humble and always strive to excel. My two boys, you taught me to be patient, and I still have many things to learn every day. I want to dedicate this award to my late wife. We miss you every day. Thank you.
Congratulations to our Asian American Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Zhi Li Yin from AT&T.
Our next awardee is from General Motors.
How do you help make commutes more confident, comfortable, and convenient? With GM Super Cruise driver assistance technology to help take the stress out of the drive. Super Cruise is the first true hands-free driver assistance feature that allows drivers to take their hands off the wheel under proper conditions on over 200,000 miles of enabled roads in the US and Canada. Precision LiDAR map data in addition to real-time cameras, sensors, and GPS keep the vehicle centered in its lane and traveling down the road. With driver-initiated lane change on demand, the system continuously scans around the vehicle to determine if an acceptable opening exists, allowing the vehicle to complete the lane change. The driver attention system, made up of a camera, infrared emitters, visual alerts, and haptic vibrations, work together to keep drivers focused on the road. And the driver's head pose and eye gaze are monitored to determine if the driver is alert and attentive. With nearly 7 million miles driven to date, Super Cruise is the obvious way to stress less.
Let's welcome Priyanta Mudalige, Manager of GM R&D Reception, Planning and Decision Systems, GM R&D Center, to introduce the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
Good morning. My name is Priyantha Mudalage. I'm the Lab Group Manager for Perception, Planning and Decision Systems Research Group in GMR&D, Warren, Michigan. Today, I have the great pleasure to introduce Dr. Shuqing Zeng in my team as the 2021 recipient of the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. Shuqing is a staff researcher and the trust area lead for sensing, computer vision, and perception systems research in GMR&D. He is married, a proud father of beautiful daughter, and lives in beautiful Michigan. He enjoys travel, reading, pedalboard, and of course, he does a lot of computer vision and perception research. Shuqing was born in Wuhan, Hunan province in China. He earned his bachelor's and master's degree from Xingcheng University and Fudan University, and his PhD in Michigan State University, East Lansing. Shuqing joined General Motors in 2004 and since proved himself as a great inventor and author of many scientific publications. He authored a large number of papers, book chapters, and invented over 100 US patents in the areas of autonomous vehicles and robotics. He won the most prestigious GM Boss Catering Award 3 times in 2013, 2017, and 2019, mostly related to GM Super Cruise technologies. Shuqing was also part of the 2007 DARPA Urban Challenge winning team. Shuqing loves spending time with his family. Here are some of the pictures of his family and the places he enjoyed. Congratulations, Shuqing, and best wishes for your future. Thank you.
Presenting Dr. Shuqing Zeng, Asian American Engineer of the Year Award.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm highly honored to be received such important award, Asian American Engineer of the Year. I'm earnestly grateful for the recognition for my work in the automotive, active safety, and autonomous driving. As you know, each year in the United States, the traffic crash results like 42,000 fatalities, 3 million of injured, and over 6 million police reports of traffic crashes. And the economic impact of such traffic accident exceeded as $200 billion cost. And the Level 2 autonomous co-pilot system as a Super Cruise from GM, I intend to reduce crash severity or keeping a crash from occurring. I'm very proud that the work I have done can save people's lives and make driving experience more enjoyable. In a concrete remark, I sincerely thank each of you. Everyone helped me to reach a stage I can proudly hold this award as a mark of my achievement. I also promised not only getting better at my work to see me here for more such awards. Thank you.
Congratulations to our Asian American Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Shuqing Zeng in GM.
Let's welcome the next GM awardee. We are pleased to have Dr. Mai Tsai, Senior Technical Fellow and Manager of Energy Storage Material Group, General Motors R&D, to introduce the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
My name is Mai Kai. I am a Senior Technical Fellow and the Manager of Energy Storage Material Group at General Motors Global R&D. It is a great pleasure for me to introduce this year's honoree from General Motors. Dr. Xingcheng Xiao is being honored as 2021 Asian American Engineer of the Year for original and sustained contributions to the surface coating and its industrial applications. Dr. Xiao has been with GM for 15 years. He is currently a staff researcher and technical lead in my group, working on advanced coating technology for battery applications. He is also the principal investigator of several DOE-funded projects to study the battery failure mechanism. He has over 80 granted patents, with 20 of them being licensed out for commercialization. He also has over 150 publications, with a total of more than 13,000 citations. Dr. Xiao is two-time winner of the R&D 100 Award, as well as the 2011 SME Innovations That Could Change the Way You Manufacture Award. Dr. Xingcheng Xiao was born and raised in China. He also serves as editor on board for several high-impact scientific journals. After receiving his PhD degree from Chinese Academy of Science, he studied 1 year in Germany as an Alexandra von Humboldt Fellow. He then conducted postdoc work in Argonne National Lab and Brown University before joining GM in 2006. When not working in the lab, Dr. Xiao loves spending time with his family. He enjoys tennis, ping pong, and travel. He also has a strong passion on mentoring the youth and has been a mentor for youth robotics teams in the past 4 years. Congratulations, Xingcheng, for receiving such a prestigious award.
And now, Dr. Xingcheng Xiao, Asian American Engineer of the Year Award.
Thank you, May, for the nice introduction. I must say I'm truly honored and humbled to receive this prestigious award. First, I would like to thank the award committee for the recognition. Many of the previous AAEOY awardees were my role model during my early career, so to be included in the list is a great honor for me. I also would like to thank my company, General Motors, and my group manager, Dr. Mei Kai, for the nomination and recommendation. I'm grateful for the support I have been receiving from the first day when I joined GM 15 years ago, which provides me tremendous resource and freedom to explore the new research direction, collaborate in and out of GM, and innovate. And most importantly, I would like to thank the people near and dear to my heart, my wife and our lovely boys, for their support and the wonderful memories we have been creating as a family. Finally, I would like to thank my parents for their unwavering support and countless sacrifices. My mother, who passed away last year, would have been so happy to see me receiving this award. Mom, this is for you. Thank you.
Congratulations to our Asian American Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Xingcheng Xiao from GM.
Our next awardee is from Sandia National Laboratories. Let's welcome Susan Seastrom, Associate Labs Director and Chief Research Officer, to introduce the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
Dr. Bosong is a world-recognized expert in experimental impact mechanics and dynamic response of material structures. He currently leads Sandia's Experimental Impact Mechanics Laboratory, one of the top Hopkinson Bar labs in the world. Throughout his career at the labs, Dr. Song has made significant contributions that have advanced experimental and diagnostic techniques, and I would like just a few. Most notably, Dr. Song has developed novel experimental and analytical methods to investigate the dynamic response of different joints for structural integrity and impact or shock energy dissipation. High-temperature compression and tension techniques to characterize impact response for the DOP-26 iridium alloy to support space exploration, and the Dropkinson bar, an intermediate strain rate test apparatus that fills a critical mechanical test gap between conventional low and high strain rates. This unique capability was recognized by the National Nuclear Security Administration through a Defense Program's Award of Excellence in 2015. A patent was also awarded for this technology. Dr. Song has over 133 publications and is the co-author of the book Split Hopkinson Bar, published in 2011. He has mentored numerous graduate and graduate students and technologists to produce work that is well regarded nationally. Dr. Song is also a champion and strong supporter of Sandia's Asian American activities, and he works tirelessly on K-12 STEM. He serves as the Vice President of the Chinese Institute of Engineers New Mexico chapter and is a fellow of both the International Association of Advanced Materials and the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. I would like to congratulate Dr. Bosong on receiving the 2020 Asian American Engineer of the Year Award and for his exceptional service in the national interest.
Welcome, Dr. Bo Song, Asian American Engineer of the Year Award.
Thanks, AAEOY. This is truly a great honor to me. First, I would like to thank my wife, Lily, who has supported me for over 22 years. Every time when I change my job for my career advancement, she just simply quit her job and moved with me. Without her long-term support, I would not be here tonight. My parents, they knew the value of being well educated. So they sent me to the best high school in the city and one of the top universities in China until my PhD. Without their long-term support, I would not be successful like this. I would like to thank my whole Sandia management team and my technical team for their continuing administrative, programmatic, and technical support and contribution. You definitely deserve this trophy as well. Thanks, CIE San Francisco, for hosting this great event during the pandemic. Thank you very much, and enjoy the great evening. Thank you.
Congratulations to our Asian American Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Bo Song in Sandia.
AAEOY would like to honor one more recipient of the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award in this segment. Please extend additional congratulations to Mr. Cao Nguyen. Nobel laureate Dr. Leo Esaki of IBM, former cabinet member Mr. Norman Mineta, and Google CEO Mr. Sundar Pichai are all AAEOY honorees. However, Dr. Stephen Chu of Stanford, an AAEOY Distinguished Awardee, is both a Nobel laureate and a former cabinet member.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let us introduce our second keynote speaker today, Dr. Naveed Hussain from Boeing. Naveed Hussain is Boeing's Chief Technology Officer and Vice President and General Manager of Boeing Research and Technology.
All second stage tanks now pressurized. 30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is eternal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In his role as CTO, Hussain accelerates Boeing's innovation and technology by leading its development and implementation of the company's enterprise technology investment strategy.
He holds 7 patents and joined the company as a Howard Hughes Doctoral Fellow in 1990. Hussain holds a PhD from Stanford University and an MBA from Wharton. Now let's welcome Dr. Hussain.
AAEOY proudly presents Dr. Naveed Hussain.
Technology is changing the world at a rapid pace, from the way we communicate to how we do our jobs and raise our families, especially over the past year. Technology is changing our quality of life, and those advances cannot be created by just one person or even a small group of people. It's happening because of you. All of you are doing incredibly important things, and you bring a unique perspective. Something I've learned over the years is that it takes all of us from all walks of life to be able to advance this world we live in. Innovation is fueled by diversity. Being around people who are different from us makes us better, more creative and innovative, leads to better problem solving and decision making, and ultimately makes us stronger. In 1916, Boeing hired its first engineer, Wang Su, a Chinese innovator who helped design the company's first production airplane, the Boeing Model C. Even in our company's earliest days, we recognized the importance of inclusion to our business success. In the decades since, employees of Asian descent revolutionized and propelled our company forward with innovations, leadership, and engineering ingenuity in aerospace. And today, Pan-Asian Americans represent the largest racial minority at Boeing in the United States. Diversity has successfully contributed to every single program at the Boeing Company, including the ones you see on the screen, technologies to combat COVID-19 on airplanes and within the International Space Station, unmanned aerial vehicles, our eco demonstrator, which is the flying testbed for technologies of the future, and many others. I'm lucky enough to work for a company that values diversity in such a way that supports the curiosity, creativity, and courage it takes to tackle the hardest problems in our industry. There is no place for racism in our society, and we do not tolerate it at Boeing. Our tolerance for any form of discrimination is precisely zero. As family, friends, coworkers, and neighbors, we stand in solidarity with members of the Asian community against hate and bigotry in all its forms. We extend our unwavering support to all those who experience the pain and fear of discrimination and in speaking out against it. I encourage you to listen to and learn from one another, lifting all voices so we can innovate and operate to make the world better. I'm honored to be here today, and together we'll reach higher than ever before to make meaningful changes. Congratulations to each awardee for their outstanding achievements. So very well deserved. Thank you.
Dr. Hussain, thank you so much for your marvelous speech. Your contributions to Boeing and your encouragement will definitely empower all of our audience.
And now, please welcome Laura Bogush, VP of Materials and Manufacturing Technology, to introduce the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree for Boeing.
It's my great pleasure to introduce and congratulate Morteza Safai. Morteza has a background in physics and electro-optical sensors and is a technical fellow in Boeing's Research and Technology Organization. Morteza is currently the principal investigator and technical lead for the development of non-destructive inspection sensors and systems, and leads the development of technology roadmaps in this area. He is also a subject matter expert in nanotechnology sensors, X-ray backscattering systems, X-ray computed tomography, shearography, thermography, machine vision, and microwave and electro-optic based sensors. Morteza's career with Boeing extends over 25 years. During his service at Boeing, he has held positions in Boeing Research and Technology, Boeing Commercial Airplanes, and Boeing Defense Systems. Prior to Boeing, Morteza was a technical lead and program manager for FMC for the development of an automated rapid food inspection system. He also worked several years as a research scientist at Quest Integrated. Morteza has submitted 242 invention disclosures, holds 212 US and international patents, and is the author of more than 26 technical papers, including the 2020 IEEE Aerospace Best Paper. He is an internationally invited featured speaker at technical conferences and is a technical chair for IEEE Aerospace and SPIE ThermoSense. Morteza has been an ASTN technical reviewer since 1993. Morteza lives with his family in Newcastle, Washington. He is an artist, expert alpine skier, crazy mountain biker, and enjoys water sports in the summer. He is a runner and a certified scuba diver. When not in the mountains or in the water, Morteza loves to travel to historical places. Please join me in congratulating Morteza on this outstanding achievement.
Presenting Morteza Safai, Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
I'm honored to receive and humbly accept the 2020 Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. Receiving this award is a testimony to the support and dedication of all people who have provided support and stood with me during these historic years of my professional and personal life. I would like to take this opportunity to provide thanks and apologize in advance for any miss because the list is long and distinguished and time short. I would like to thank the Boeing Company for providing growth opportunities that enable advancement in my knowledge and career. And Laura Bagush, my Vice President, for a kind introduction and support. Also my current Senior Manager, Michael Schaffstock, for believing in me and supporting me everyday endeavor, including exploration of new technology and working to bring them into the mainstream. And also, of course, I want to thank my beautiful partner for many years, Kimberly Meredith, for sticking with me and hearing me talk about my job every day and providing incredible emotional support. And my parents for taking risks and making great sacrifices 43 years ago to send me to a new world and country, to keep me safe and provide the best in opportunities and education. I'm also grateful for the support of my three boys, Bijan, Cameron, and Kawe. Not to forget, thanks to many of my coworkers, my friends, my previous managers for helping me when I needed guidance and support. Lastly, I would like to thank Tony Horn, Shashi Wang, and the other Asian American Engineer of the Year representative, staff, and volunteers for every aspect of their help with this virtual ceremony. We all know how fortunate we are to be in this country, to have dedicated medical professional and supply of vaccination, and to have the supplies and resources to be able to function with some semblance of normality in the middle of pandemic. Thank you for your time and your recognition with such a prestigious award.
Congratulations to our Asian American Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Mr. Morteza Safai of Boeing.
Asian American Engineer of the Year Award is an annual recognition event on the national platform to honor the most distinguished professionals for their leadership, technical achievements, and remarkable public services. As part of the National Engineers Week program, AAEOY was first introduced in 2002. This event has since become a prestigious and important forum for corporate America, academia, and government entities to promote STEM, with a total of 321 awardees to date.
Among all of our sponsors and participants, IBM is one of the first companies that participated in the very first AAEOY event in 2002, and also the first company to have received the Distinguished Award. Over so many years, IBM has always been dedicated to our conferences and award ceremonies and has contributed tremendously to our community.
In the 1800s, the first Asian immigrants who came to America connected the West and East by building the Transatlantic Railroad, America's earliest large-scale physical infrastructure project.
Since then, infrastructure has become more complex, globally interconnected, and digital. Here are some of the Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders whose innovations contributed to building the infrastructure of the 20th century.
After months of research and work, we have finally produced the first model, a full-size electro-automatic Chinese typewriter in commercial form.
In 1946, Chung Chin Cao led a team to design and create the first electro-automatic typewriter for the Chinese written language. In 1969, Dr. Ki An made breakthrough discoveries with magnetic films and memory storage devices, and later held over 500 patents. In 1973, IBM scientist Leo Esaki won the Nobel Prize in Physics for experimental discovery of electron tunneling in semiconductors.
In 1983, Richard Chu was appointed IBM Fellow for his work with cooling technology for large-scale processors, which were used in the IBM 3084 and the IBM System 360 Model 195. Dr. Rao R. Tumala, IBM Fellow, made major contributions in materials science, including pioneering the industry's first 100-chip ceramic package for mainframes and supercomputers, as well as the first plasma display. In 1996, Josephine Cheng was celebrated as an IBM Distinguished Engineer that built IBM's relational database technology for the web, allowing people to access huge amounts of data via the internet that was previously accessible only through proprietary systems. 1997. Chess champion Garry Kasparov was defeated by IBM Deep Blue, a supercomputer developed by a team including Dr. Fengsheng Xu and Dr. Chengzhen Tan.
Today's global digital economy needs a flexible, scalable, and secure infrastructure. Here are some of the builders of the modern digital infrastructure built for the future. Dr. Gururaj Rao was named an IBM Fellow in 1999 for his contributions to the architecture, advanced technology, and design of highly secure servers such as IBM Z. Virginia Mayo protects our digital world from threats by creating technologies for both cybersecurity and cyber resiliency. Ranjan Sinha is infusing AI at scale into IBM's core processes with IBM's Cognitive Enterprise Data Platform.
Dr. Jia Chen is an innovation catalyst who is a key member of the team that developed the IBM Digital Health Pass, a digital approach to verifying COVID-19 health credentials, such as vaccinations, as people and businesses return to work to the activities and places they love. Pratik Gupta applies AI-powered automation to change how business and IT works, and has been awarded patents in computer security, cloud computing, and systems management. Shujane Thompson leads the global security practice, applying advanced cyber capabilities for protecting the world's leading organizations against cyber threats. Chieko Asakawa has been instrumental for 3 decades in pioneering technologies, including groundbreaking work in digital braille and voice browser that ensures every person can reach their full potential regardless of age or ability.
Dr. Ruchir Puri has led innovations and products in cutting-edge AI and automation algorithms for decades with over 70 patents and over 120 scientific papers. Dan Dion is integral to IBM's leadership in sustainability as we drive towards net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. Dr. Hanny Peck has pushed the boundaries of quantum computing by advancing next-generation quantum computing processors with new designs of superconducting qubits and led the development of IBM's publicly available 16-qubit device. With the explosion of data in today's digital economy, the infrastructure of the future connects data insights, people, businesses, platforms, and ecosystems across borders and languages. Thank you to the builders from all backgrounds and cultures who are ensuring that infrastructure will serve us all.
So with that, we'd like to introduce our next awardee from IBM. Let's welcome Jessica Rockwood, Vice President of Hybrid Cloud Management and AI Operations, IBM Cloud and Cognitive Software, to introduce the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
Hello, my name is Jessica Rockwood, and I have the distinct honor to introduce to you Mr. Pratik Gupta, winner of the 2021 Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. Pratik's current role is Chief Technical Officer of IBM Hybrid Cloud Management. He's responsible for the technical strategy and architecture of AI-driven automation and hybrid cloud management. Pratik started his career in Virginia, working on a number of areas, from nuclear power plant simulator systems to aircraft testing systems at NASA. He moved on to be the group leader for control systems design at Thomas Jefferson National Accelerator Facility before starting at IBM in Raleigh, where he has continued to thrive, driving technical innovation and modernization. Pratik has been recognized with many awards during his career at IBM, culminating with the Edison Award for Innovation. But lest you think that Pratik is all work and no play, let me introduce you to his many interests outside of work, some a bit daring. But most importantly, he's grounded by the three strong women in his life: his mother, his wife, and his daughter. All of them so proud of you today, Pratik, as you accept this honor. Congratulations.
Welcome, Pratik Gupta, Asian American Engineer of the Year awardee.
Thank you, Jessica, for that wonderful introduction. I want to thank the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award Selection Committee and the Discover E organization for this great award. I also want to thank all the Asian American engineers who have come before me, who have paved the way for us to be recognized today. Now, behind most successes, there's often a great team, and my success is no different. I'm supported by some strong women in my life: my wife Zhao, my mother Pratima, and my daughter Priya at home, and some brilliant women at work like Jessica. So thank you all for your support. Now, engineering is not just a profession for me, it's a passion. It was my father, who was a chemical engineer by training and a computer scientist by profession, who cultivated my passion for engineering. And I'm happy to say that I was able to nurture my daughter's passion for building things, and she recently graduated as a biomedical engineer. For all the new engineers, I want to emphasize that engineering is a noble profession. It has the capacity to do a lot of good in this world. Let us spend our time making a difference in this world by building things that reduce global warming, by improving the well-being of people with medical devices, and connecting the world by communications and transportation. I'm deeply honored to receive this award. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to our Asian American Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Mr. Pratik Gupta from IBM. And Christy, I have to say this award show's been going fantastic, but I'm not used to bow ties and tuxedos.
Me either about this.
Should we change into something a little bit more Silicon Valley?
Yes, a little bit more casual. So we will be right back.
Christy, I like the outfit you changed into.
Thank you. You too.
I was worried I was going to be a little overdressed, but Christy, I'll be honest. Growing up, I was a pretty big Star Trek fan, and I'm pretty excited to think that some of the amazing technologies that we were only dreaming about are now starting to take place. And the people that are creating these are here with us today. So, of course, I'm excited that the next awardee is from the U.S. Air Force Research Laboratory.
Since 1917, the Air Force Research Laboratory has been leading the discovery, development, and delivery of warfighting technologies for our air, space, and cyberspace forces. Already on board, AFRL is continuing to provide the technology and resources necessary to help the United States Space Force build a comprehensive military advantage in space. With a strong commitment to innovation, AFRL ensures the United States Space Force will have the technology to keep the space domain secure, stable, and accessible for now and into the future. AFRL, carrying space research and development into the future.
Let's welcome Dr. Thomas Cooley, Chief Scientist, Space Vehicles, Air Force Research Laboratory, to introduce the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
Hello, my name is Tom Cooley. I'm the Chief Scientist at the Air Force Research Laboratory, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I am here to introduce you to Dr. Pham. Dr. Pham is a senior aerospace engineer for our laboratory. As part of the Space Vehicles Directorate, lead for the communication technologies, position, navigation, and timing technologies, and all of the types of things that he can apply his game theory background and some of his expertise to. He's married, the father of two. He was born in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, began his education there, and completed his education at the University of Notre Dame. In 2004, he joined our laboratory and has been working in related technology since then. Extremely prolific writer, he has produced 2 books, 26 book chapters, 29 journal articles, over 260 conference papers, and he has 20 patents to his name. He's been honored in a number of different ways with the 70th Annual Fleming Award by the SACE Society and other similar organizations. He continues to give back to his community, the Asian American Pacific Islander community in particular, with many different activities to help the next generation. He enjoys spending time with his family, his wife and 2 sons. He is also very prolific at several hobbies, including woodworking. He also enjoys travel. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Pham.
And now, Dr. Khanh D. Pham, Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
First of all, I would like to thank my introducer, Dr. Tom Cooley from Space Vehicle Directorate, Air Force Research Lab, for his kind introduction. Second, my thanks are also due to the entire team of AAEOY. Specifically, Dr. David Pham, who is the nomination committee chair, Dr. Andrew Kuo, who is the chair of Sponsorship Committee. This special honor representing for entire team, for my family, for my collaborator, for my mentor who have shaped me what I am now. I would like you to know this honor is not about me, it's about teamwork, contribution from many parties who support me over the year. It's a success of all, not a success of one. This special honor that I am humbled, receive, and excited about, together with other winners and awardees for this year, the opportunity to add my voice to the mission of AAEOY. Last but not least, I would like to thank my Deputy Director, Mr. Barry Bunn, for his nomination, the support from my Chief Scientist again, Dr. Tom Cooley from Space Vehicle Directorate, Air Force Research Lab. Like others, they both celebrate the Asian preference, diversity, and inclusions. At the Air Force Research Lab, I have been able to lead via inquiries as opposed to giving order or direction when it comes to innovation for space technology. I have been able to successfully transition my success into the technology that being used by space warfighting community. Thank you all.
Congratulations to our Asian American Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Khanh Phan, Air Force Research Laboratory.
Christy, one of my favorite memories was back in college. Every quarter, the U.S. Army would come by our dorms and do a pull-up challenge. Now, I was very tiny in college, but I did pole vault in high school and a lot of rock climbing. So let's just say my dorm room looked like I was sponsored by America's Finest.
Now you can give a little back to our friends in uniform, as our final honoree in this segment is the U.S. Army Inspector General Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome.
Here in America, we will have a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Regardless of whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, it doesn't matter if you are black or white or Asian or Indian or any other ethnic group. It doesn't matter what your country of origin is or the spelling of your last name. It does not matter if you are Catholic or Protestant, Muslim or Jew. And it doesn't matter if you don't believe at all. It does not matter if you're rich or poor or common or famous. In this country, in these United States, under those colors of red, white, and blue, in this country, all Americans are created free and equal. And we will rise or fall based on our merit, and we'll be judged by the content of our character, not the color of our skin. That is the core organizing principle of the United States of America, and that is why we fight.
Let's welcome Lieutenant General Leslie Smith, the Inspector General, U.S. Army, and Larry Orvis, the Inspector General Sergeant Major, to introduce the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant General Leslie C. Smith, the 66th Inspector General of the Army.
And I'm Sergeant Major Larry Orvis, the Inspector General Sergeant Major. It is with a great deal of pride that we introduce a very accomplished Army officer as a recipient of the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award.
Colonel Danielle No, my executive officer, came to our country from Vietnam as a toddler. A model of resilience, she's excelled in all aspects of her life, and I see that every day I work with her.
Colonel No entered the Army in 1989 as a private and earned her commission in 1994 as an engineer. Since then, she's held leadership positions at many levels and was the highest-ranking Vietnamese woman to command an Army brigade.
Colonel No has proven her mettle in many aspects of Army engineering, including construction, topography, bridging, and firefighting. Her combined experience has been an asset to the Army Inspector General system, and I know she will continue to do great things. Congratulations to Colonel Danielle No and her family on this outstanding achievement. Army Strong!
Colonel Danielle No, Asian American Engineer of the Year awardee.
Thank you so much. I am really overwhelmed to be receiving this award today. And it is more meaningful as we start Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month in the military. I want to thank the Asian American Engineer of the Year Committee for selecting me for this prestigious award and recognizing the military as an institution that grows and develops career engineers. This achievement represents to me my American dream and the opportunities this country provided for me and my family. I followed the path less traveled, but one that has enriched my life. A path where less than 0.5% of Americans join the military, and of those, only about 4% are Asian American or Pacific Islander. It is a path that has become a badge of honor for me. Growing up, I didn't like to be singled out as Asian. There were not many people who looked like me where I grew up in Massachusetts, especially not my age. I wanted to fit in, to blend in, but in the end, I learned to appreciate who I was and where I came from. The uniqueness of my culture in an army that recognized me for my individualism, but also for my ability to be part of the team. I dedicate this award to my mother and father. My mother, whose courage and strength encouraged me to be and do my best, and my father, who faced the challenge in his generation of marrying outside his race and raising 2 children who were not his own, but loving us as if we were his own. Thank you again for this special award on behalf of all military engineers.
Congratulations to our Asian American Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Colonel Daniel J. Ng, American Inspector General Agency.
AAEOY is not only for engineers at private companies and research institutions. Our first awardee from the Armed Forces was in 2006, and we have had engineers from Army, Navy, and Air Force every year since.
I'm amazed how fast this event is going. And for the people at home, it's going to seem to go even faster because, well, they're going to see the edited version. So with that, let's continue.
Let's welcome our 19th AAEOY Nomination Committee Chair, Dr. David Pham, for giving us the next AAEOY Distinguished Award.
Once again, let's welcome Dr. David Pham.
From the first AAEOY Award in 2002, we wanted to set a high standard for our awards. As I said, the AAEOY Distinguished Award is our way of paying tribute to the most outstanding leaders in STEM-related education, research, technology development, and entrepreneurship. I would like to think that we have upheld the high standards so far. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the AAEOY Executive Committee members and the Nomination Committee members from all 7 CIE chapters for helping me in the evaluation and nomination of the distinguished awardees. Without them, this task would have been impossible. Again, I'm honored to announce that the Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award for this year goes to the founder, CEO, and president of NVIDIA, Mr. Jensen Huang. Now, let's welcome the introducer, Dr. Harry Pham, Emeritus Researcher at Microsoft Research.
As a humble recipient of the Asian American Engineer of the Year honor exactly 1 decade ago, I'm again honored to have been asked to introduce this year's Asian American Engineer Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Dr. Jensen Huang of NVIDIA. I have known Jensen for a very long time, ever since we were both young engineers with a fascination for computing. While I pursued a path researching computer vision, Jensen pursued a different vision, one all his own, designing silicon to deliver ever more incredible visuals to billions of people and building one of the world's greatest technology companies along the way. When Jensen founded NVIDIA, there were hundreds of competitors then trying to win the computer graphics race. Jensen's singular drive to move at the speed of light eventually won the day. The name NVIDIA became synonymous with GPU. From that summit, a new horizon opened. 10 years ago, Jensen saw the infrastructure demand of deep learning long before anyone else in the field. He knew efficient, low latency parallel processing power of GPU was the right solution for new deep learning models, where trillions of connections are trained in parallel. In fact, NVIDIA's GPUs have enabled most advanced AI technologies from AlphaGo to GPT-3. 10 years later today, Jensen's brilliant mind, his work ethic, and his acute business sense lead NVIDIA to become the most valuable chip company. Jensen's leadership has made him the longest tenured high-tech company CEO in the Valley. Huang's law is now challenging Moore's law in computing. I know Jensen has won many awards and accolades, but I find this recognition today particularly heartening. For many generations, Asian Americans in the United States have made incredible contributions to the technology industry and the society. Jensen is the best among the best. So if you are amazed by the latest AI breakthroughs, such as image recognition and machine translation, you have Jensen to thank for. But if you happen to be among those who buy in the theory of AI's superintelligence, you also have Jensen to blame. Jensen's amazing entrepreneur and engineering success only scratches the surface of the man who is Jensen Huang. Jensen's caring for his employees over the years is legendary. He is a renowned philanthropist, especially supportive of education and engineering disciplines. Above all, Jensen is a family man, a great friend. Colleagues and friends, I give you the visionary and the legendary Asian American engineer, Dr. Jensen Huang.
Special congratulations to Jensen Huang, Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Awardee.
Thank you, Harry. I am honored to be introduced by one of the great computer scientists of our time, someone who played no small part in developing computer vision, one of the significant pillars of artificial intelligence. And thank you, CIE, and the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award Committee for this distinct honor. It is strange to accept the Lifetime Achievement Award because I feel like I'm just getting started, and NVIDIA indeed is. Still, I'm grateful and deeply honored to receive this award, which I share with my colleagues at NVIDIA. I love being an engineer, someone who solves challenging problems from first principles, creating elegant designs that are creative and that optimally use resources. I was destined to be an engineer. My father was an engineer. My brothers are engineers. My wife, Lori's an engineer. We met sophomore year at Oregon State. I started my career at AMD, then LSI Logic. I loved both jobs. I was fortunate to have witnessed firsthand the arrival of many events that shaped the computer industry. The transition from bipolar to CMOS, the relentless progress of Dennard scaling, EDA and high-level design where software designed chips, the RISC versus CISC debate, the workstation, Ethernet and TCP/IP, 3D graphics, the PC revolution, the foundry and fabless chip companies, wireless communications, the open source revolution, the internet revolution, 1.0 and 2.0, the mobile revolution, the cloud computing revolution, and now accelerated computing and AI, software writing software. Allow me to share one more thought. I am the direct product of my mother and father's American dream. They gave up everything to come to this land of opportunity, welcoming to immigrants, democratic and just, ruled by laws and not bias, proud to be the world's melting pot. I can still remember the first day my brother and I arrived, and for every day since, my American experience has been a miracle. And though America is not perfect, it's hard as a first-generation immigrant not to feel a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunities she offered. I only hope America offers future generations the same opportunity she afforded me. We've seen the rash of violent attacks on Asian Americans in the wake of the pandemic. Perhaps some of you have been personally affected. Racism is one flywheel we must stop. Like other immigrants, Asian Americans make up the fabric of America, have benefited from, but also contributed significantly to building this great country. The work of institutions like CIE is vitally important. Through community and education, you highlight the contributions of Asian Americans and combat the prejudice that spreads by misinformation. Thank you for the work that you do. I humbly accept this award on behalf of the thousands of NVIDIANs whose work I am very proud to represent. Thank you again for this great honor.
And you know, I also have to give a personal thank you to Mr. Jensen Huang. Not only has his company, Advanced Artificial Intelligence, played a huge part in the $2 trillion crypto market, which I haven't taken the opportunity to participate in, my loss, but he has helped with something even more important, helping me play my favorite games without any lag. So with that, Mr. Jensen Huang, thank you.
Jensen Huang was kind enough to share his views on GPU accelerated computing and the AI artificial intelligence technology revolution.
I was fortunate to have a front row seat at the creation of the computer industry. Chris Curtis and I met while I was working at LSI Logic and they were at Sun. We started NVIDIA at Curtis's townhouse in Fremont. Today, NVIDIA's global family is some 20,000 people in 90 sites around the world. We pioneered a new computing approach that combined a CPU and companion accelerator to solve a domain of problems that a CPU alone cannot. We dreamed of solving grand computing challenges and even imagined that we would be a major computing company one day. Our work became known as GPU accelerated computing. After nearly 3 decades, it is gratifying to see this computing approach demonstrate astonishing results, embraced by software developers and computer makers worldwide, become an essential instrument of scientists, and the engine of modern AI. It is now clear that the confluence of GPU accelerated computing and AI has profoundly changed computer architecture, computer science, the computer industry, and soon will impact every industry. GPU accelerated in AI has started the area of super exponential advance. Let me give you a couple of examples. Computer graphics. In 1995, NVIDIA's graphics chip could render roughly 100,000 polygons texture mapped at 640 by 480 resolution, 30 frames per second. 25 years later, NVIDIA's RTX GPU can render roughly 500 million polygons, ray traced with physically simulated materials, with volumetric effects at 4K resolution, fully anti-aliased, and 120 frames per second. The scene complexity has increased roughly 500 million times. Yet Moore's law would have increased only 100,000 times during the same period. The fusion of GPU acceleration and AI has given us super exponential growth. Another example is molecular biology, a field I expect will soon benefit from super exponential advances. In 2006, UIUC simulated 1 million atoms for 20 nanoseconds by GPU accelerating NAMD. Last year, the researchers at DOE combined GPU computing and deep learning, simulating 305 million atoms for 100,000 nanoseconds. That's 10 million folds in 15 years. Over the same period, Moore's law would have been 1,000 times. And yet the next decade will move even faster. It's hard for anyone to imagine super exponential growth, but a few trends are already emerging. AI will continue to amaze us and write software to solve previously impossible problems, learning at incredible rates, never sleeping, and with each cycle of learning become more effective and skillful. With AI, we will digitize, decode, and understand biology. And by representing biology in the language and framework of computer science, we'll accelerate biology at the same exponential rate we've enjoyed in computing. The incredible advances of computer graphics and AI will lead to persistent virtual worlds that are realistic and obeys the laws of physics. We will play and connect with each other in this metaverse world. We will even design, train, and simulate robots in these worlds, from pick-and-place robots to self-driving cars to smart factories and buildings that are essentially giant robots. VR and AR will be the wormholes that connect us to these metaverses. Using VR, we can tunnel into virtual worlds. And using AR, the objects and AIs can come into ours. Cloud computing, AI platforms, and pre-trained AI models will make it easy for any company to develop amazing software and be a softwareless software company. Just as there are fabulous chip companies, there will be softwareless software companies, hundreds of thousands of them. AI is the most powerful technology force of our time. The global realization of AI's potential has attracted massive focus from computer scientists, researchers of every field of science, and investments from companies big and small. That's fantastic. AI will impact many, and we must maintain an open dialogue to guide its effective use and support a broad range of innovations that will democratize the technology for all. There has never been a more exciting time to be an engineer.
Thank you, Mr. Huang.
Sean, I don't know about you, but I cannot wait to travel again, and I'm so looking forward to using this company's products to take us to amazing locations.
Christy, I know what you mean. And for everyone, have you guessed what company we're talking about?
Let's introduce our first presenting company, Boeing. Please welcome our next introducer, Lynn Hopper, VP Engineering and Chief Engineer, Boeing Commercial Airplanes, to introduce the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
Hello. Jackie Vai Chow is an emerging, engaging engineering leader who exemplifies the achievement, leadership, and compassion honored by the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award. Jackie Vai is a technical leader, innovative problem solver, and a dedicated mentor who has successfully led multiple teams in developing and improving products and processes while promoting diversity and inclusion in STEM at Boeing and within his community. Jackie Vai was born in Vietnam, and he emigrated to California as a teenager. As a young person, he's learned to overcome cultural and language barriers and eventually found strength in his racial and LGBTQ identity, which he uses to inspire his teammates and other future STEM professionals. Often described by peers as a positive, energetic, and approachable leader, Jackie Vai mentors more than a dozen engineers, interns, and engineering managers by providing career and technical guidance. Today, he is listed as co-inventor on 2 patents, and he's received many accolades for his work to standardize best practices across Boeing commercial airplane programs. I'm so proud to present the 2020 Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award to Jackie Vai Chow. Please join me in offering him our sincerest congratulations.
Presenting Jackie V. Chow, Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year awardee.
Thank you, Lynn, for the introduction. Greatly appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. First, please allow me to say thank you. I am truly humble, honored, and at the same time excited to receive the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award. I want to express my sincere gratitude to AAEOY Award Committee for selecting me. And also I want to give a very quick shout out to all the nominees. Each of them have made incredible contributions to support API and STEM communities and promote diversity and inclusion. At this moment, I would like to thank the people who make it possible for me to receive this award. I would like first thank the Boeing company that has given me the opportunities to grow and to be myself. Thank you for continuing to promote technology innovation and to fight to increase diversity and inclusion in our workplace. Then I want to thank my manager, Callum Hood, and all my former managers, Scott Keenan, Rosalie Steffes, Clarence Barrett, and Gary Stumbro, that believing in me and giving me the freedom and safe environment to explore and experiment on the new technologies and apply those to the real products. I also want to thank all my mentors, Niall Miyamoto, Gary Hamatami, Edward Gurdon, Bruce Hintz, Jeevan Hare, P.O. Fitzgerald, Dan Murray, Kevin Bremer, Bob Johnson, Dr. Thomas Boy, and last me, Alice Wapu. They're always willing to give me the support I need and make the time for me even on their busy schedules. I also want to acknowledge Christine Garcia, External Technical Affiliation Program Manager, as she is giving me the opportunities to continue promote diversity and inclusion and recruit STEM talent. Last but not least, I want to thank my family and my fiance, Greg Serum. My parents took a bold step on giving up everything back home to immigrate to the US so my sister and I can have a better life. Without them, I would not become who I am now as a person. And my fiance, Greg Serum, is always there to support me unconditionally and provide me pointers when I face any obstacle in professional and personal levels. To me, accepting this award does not mean the work will stop here. As a professional, we need to diversify. If we don't, then we are failing. I will continue to drive my commitment to promote API and STEMs. Once again, thank you, Boeing and AAEOY.
Congratulations to our Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Mr. Jackie V. Cao from Boeing.
Our next awardee is from DuPont Electronics and Imaging.
We believe now is the most important moment. This moment, right now, is the beginning of our future. Because it's not the there and then, but the here and now that matters most. If we focus enough on now, we can create a better life, a better world, for all of us and the generations that follow. And that's why we work so hard every day. We transform what could be into what is. We're fearless optimists, thinkers and doers, unafraid of taking on the biggest challenges and rolling up our sleeves to make the impossible possible. Wherever you live, we're there, working side by side with customers in safety, water, healthcare, electronics, mobility, and construction. We've always been focused on improving everyday life, and we're doing it better today than ever before. And right now, we're protecting people when they need it most, connecting people when it matters most, and helping people live a better now. We're working around the world with our partners and in our communities. Together, we empower the world with the essential innovations to thrive.
Let's welcome Dr. Zhi Li, R&D Leader Electronics and Industrial, to introduce the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
Greetings. I'm Zhi Li, an R&D leader at DuPont and an awardee of the 2019 AAEOY Award. I'm so happy to see old friends again here at this event. Today, I will introduce my longtime colleague, collaborator, and friend, Dr. Imad Akkad, our 2021 Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award winner. Imad earned his PhD of chemistry from Ben Gurion University of the Negev Beersheva of Israel, and is currently leading the material innovation for extreme ultraviolet lithography at DuPont. He was nominated for outstanding scientific contributions in the development of lithography materials for semiconductor fabrication. His expertise extends from the design and the development of photoresist to spin-on carbon, pattern shrinking technology, directed self-assembly, and deep UV photoassay generators. EMAD has enabled lithographic solutions for semiconductor manufacturers throughout the world. EMAD has 35 granted US patents and authorized more than 40 peer-reviewed papers. He serves as a frequent reviewer for scientific journals and is a world-renowned expert in lithography with many presentations at national conferences. EMAD is an active member for ACS and SPIE and has been well recognized in the scientific community, including the Israeli Chemical Society Distinguished Scholar Award and the French Distinguished Chateaubriand Fellowship. Most importantly, EMAD has made significant contribution to DuPont's financial success, with a cumulative sales of over $500 million during his career. With that, let's welcome EMAD to accept his prestigious AAEOY Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award.
Dr. Imad Akkad, Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year awardee.
I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year award. For more than 12 years, I have been working on the development of key semiconductor lithographic materials. It means so much to me that the work I am so passionate about resonates broadly with the scientific and engineering community. Thank you, AAEOY, for offering recognition to scientists and engineers like me. I am so honored to have my work recognized in this way by the AAEOY's Executive Committee. This accomplishment is not something that I did alone, and there are many others who deserve to share in this award. During my career at DuPont, I had the privilege to collaborate with many outstanding and talented research scientists and engineers. I cannot mention them all here, but I couldn't fail to mention my manager for many years, Dr. Zhi Li, and my mentors at DuPont, Dr. James Thackeray, Dr. Peter Trifonas, and Dr. Mike Mills. My professional scientific career journey would not have been possible without the support of my family. I'm especially grateful to my parents, whose value to me only grew with age. I'm grateful to my wife, Safai, my son, Hani, and my daughter, Noor, who blessed me with a life of joy in the hours when the lab lights are off. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to our Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Imad Akkad from DuPont. Our next awardee is from Idaho National Laboratory.
Idaho National Laboratory is changing the world's energy future by advancing nuclear energy, by securing and modernizing critical infrastructure, and by enabling clean energy deployment. This Department of Energy laboratory sits on 890 square miles of Idaho desert, and it's the nation's lead laboratory for nuclear energy research. INL is steeped in energy history. It's where nuclear-generated electricity first powered an American community. It's where 52 original nuclear reactors were designed and constructed. INL is home to the Advanced Test Reactor, the world's premier test reactor, where nuclear fuels from around the world are tested. The Materials and Fuels Complex is home to world-leading nuclear science and technology capabilities, ranging from nuclear fuel development to post-irradiation examination to battery assemblies for NASA's deep space missions. INL provides expertise and capabilities to create new advanced reactors and maintain our current nuclear reactor fleet. INL works with private companies seeking to build small modular reactors. The lab works with industry to protect the power grid and provide tools and techniques to help critical infrastructure recover from cyber and physical events. INL is solving national challenges with energy storage and delivery, and we are making advances in transportation, bioenergy, and other clean energy options. To ensure the workforce of the future, INL promotes STEM education in public schools and offers hands-on experience through internships and postdoctoral opportunities. With dedicated employees, unmatched capabilities, and passion for collaboration, INL is solving some of our world's biggest energy and security challenges.
Let's welcome Dr. Todd Cohn, INL Associate Laboratory Director, Energy, Environment, Science and Technology Division, to introduce the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
Hi, I'm Todd Combs. I'm one of the Associate Laboratory Directors here at Idaho National Laboratory, and it's my pleasure today to talk a bit about one of our honorees, Dr. Dong Deng. So Dong Deng, a Senior Staff Engineer and Group Lead for the Chemical Processing Group and INL's Energy and Environment Science and Technology Directorate, is being honored as Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year. Dr. Deng's research focuses on novel energy conversion technologies using solid oxide electrochemical cells, as well as relevant scale-up and manufacturing processes, which has led to significant breakthroughs that enable process-intensified production for chemicals and fuels, efficient hydrogen generation from steam and natural gas, clean electricity generation, and CO2 capture and utilization. These are important components for INL's laboratory initiatives in integrated energy systems and advanced manufacturing. Dr. Deng serves as a steering committee member and technical lead for both the hydrogen program and the H2New consortium within DOE's Hydrogen and Fuel Cell Technologies Office. He is an executive committee member for the High Temperature Energy, Materials, and Processes Division of the Electrochemical Society. Dr. Deng is an editorial advisory board member for the prestigious Journal of Power Sources Advances and guest editor for 3 peer-reviewed journals. He is an institutional fellow for the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, a graduate faculty at the University of South Carolina, and an adjunct professor at New Mexico State University and the University of Idaho. Dr. Deng is a principal investigator and has led many projects from multiple funding agencies. He has co-authored more than 100 peer-reviewed articles, 1 book chapter, and 1 high-level DOE topical report. Dr. Deng's publications are reported and highlighted by the national media. He holds 4 U.S. patents and has 14 patent applications. During his career, he has mentored 78 junior researchers, with some moving into faculty positions at universities or to work as senior staff in industry. Dr. Deng has been invited to speak at 16 international and national conferences. He is also an awardee of the Federal Laboratory Consortium Far West Award for Outstanding Technology Development. Dr. Deng is a native of China and the son of 2 teachers. He and his wife Yan have 2 children, Olivia and Kevin. Outside of work, his interests include travel, soccer, and reading. I am honored to introduce Dr. Dong Deng.
Welcome, Dr. Dong Deng, Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dong Deng. I'm so excited and humbled to accept this award, which is the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year. I would like to thank AAEOY committees and all organizers for giving me this honor. It definitely means a lot to me. Of course, there are a number of distinguished Asian American engineers also recognized by this program. It's my honor to follow their paths going forward. I also would like to thank the leadership at Idaho National Laboratory for this nomination. They are amazing collaborators. Without their support, I will not be here. I should thank all the people whom I have been working with in my career. A special thanks to my team members at Idaho National Laboratory. I want to thank my family and extended families. Their constant support allow me to become who I am. Finally, I would like dedicate this award to my wife, Yan. She is so special and supportive, does everything I could not do well. We have two beautiful kids, Olivia and Kevin. This year happened to be 20 years since we know each other. I hope this award could be the best gift to her. Cheers.
Congratulations to our Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Dr. Dong Ding, Idaho National Laboratory.
Well, it looks like we are getting close to the end of our awards. But even so, what this group is working on should be exciting to everyone. Our next awardee is from the Naval Undersea Warfare Center.
Hello, my name is Ron Veen. As the Technical Director at the Naval Undersea Warfare Center's Newport Division, it is my responsibility to ensure that we remain the Navy's technical steward in the undersea domain. To remain number one in the world, the Navy needs warfare centers to understand the technical dimensions of military problems, to partner with industry, academia, and other warfare centers to harness technology to develop solutions to those problems, and to certify, at the end of the day, that the safe and effective solution has been provided to the warfighter. One of two divisions, the Naval Undersea Warfare Center, Division Newport, has expertise in submarine and surface ship undersea warfare systems throughout the full spectrum of systems engineering lifecycle, from science and technology, research and development, systems acquisition, and lifecycle support. With headquarters in Rhode Island, the Naval Undersea Warfare Center Division Newport operates detachments at West Palm Beach, Florida, and Andros Island in the Bahamas. Remote test facilities are located at Seneca Lake and Fishers Island in New York, Dodge Pond in Connecticut, and Bug Springs in Leesburg, Florida. The work we do at Division Newport is more relevant today than it's ever been, and we're seeing our work recognized around the world in congressional testimonies, fleet actions, the media, and right here in our own community. But mostly, we are seeing our work result in improved capabilities to the naval warfighter. As the Newark Division Newport Technical Director, I'm not only proud of the accomplishments of our 3,500 employees, but I also appreciate the dedication and commitment from our many support contractors, as well as the continuing support we receive from the local community. Together, we have made Newport the technical center of excellence for undersea warfare. Naval Undersea Warfare Center Division Newport. Undersea superiority today and tomorrow.
Let's welcome Naval Undersea Warfare to introduce the Asian America Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
It is my pleasure to introduce one of Newark Division Newport's up-and-coming engineering leaders, Poonam Agrawal. I recently took over as a department head for the Sensors and Sonar Systems Department, and one of the things that makes me excited about leading such a department is having people like Poonam in the working organization. We're always looking for role models at Division Newport, and we're lucky to have Poonam. Not only is she technically proficient, but her ability and willingness to go above and beyond to work with others and help them achieve success provides us with a kind of leadership that helps us as an organization to be successful. I was so pleased to learn she won the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year award. In the past year, Poonam has moved to another department as a supervisor for the Payload and Integration Branch. I'm sad to lose her, but it gives credence to her career potential. She won for her work in the Sensors and Sonar Systems Department, and I'm proud to introduce her. On behalf of the Naval Undersea Warfare Center Division Newport, I offer my sincere congratulations to Poonam and wish her continued success.
And now, Poonam Agrawal, Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year awardee.
Thank you to the Asian American Engineer of the Year Committee for this wonderful award. When you are busy doing your work and you really enjoy what you do, you don't expect to receive an award. This means a lot to me. I am so pleased that I can represent my Indian community and that the work I do at the Naval Undersea Warfare Center. Working on submarine systems, it's recognized by a professional group. Coming to the United States from Punjab, India, I knew that I was going to work hard and learn a lot. And working at NUIC has given me so many opportunities. I would love to thank all my supervisors and colleagues who have guided me along the way. I have learned so much from them. Thank you very much for this award.
Congratulations to our Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Ms. Poonam Agarwal, Naval Undersea Warfare Center.
Our next awardee is from the U.S. Army Engineer Research and Development Center.
ERDC, the Engineer Research and Development Center, are the Army Corps of Engineers Research and Development Laboratories. And just like the rest of the Corps of Engineers, we work for the Army, the Department of Defense, federal agencies, and really organizations around the world to solve some of the world's toughest challenges.
This country needs us. It needs places like ERDC to solve these huge challenges that it's facing today, with the climate, with the infrastructure, with the people that want to do us harm, with our environment, with all these big issues that this country is facing. It needs places like this one. So ERDC is made up of 7 laboratories, but dozens of collaborations, maybe thousands of them. We have our laboratories to keep our technical expertise up in certain areas, but the biggest issues are all cross-laboratory, cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary type issues.
We seamlessly work across our laboratories, and we seek to work together because we recognize that we cannot solve tough challenges alone. The credibility that our people have is invaluable because when they speak, people listen, and so we're able to help our customers get over some hurdles. We are intensely passionate about how can we serve them better, and bringing the best science, engineering, and technologies to the table for them to be aware of, constantly seeking new knowledge so that we're on the cutting edge and providing what they need is where we get our energy.
So when you have an anthropologist working with a geospatial engineer, working with a computer scientist to come up with a predictive tool for Afghanistan, that's a very, very powerful combination. Who thinks of things like that? We do, and we bring that to the game every time.
Let's welcome Dr. David Pittman, Director of the U.S. Army Engineer Research and Development Center, to introduce the Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award honoree.
My name is Dr. David Pittman. I'm the Director of the U.S. Army Engineer Research and Development Center. I am proud to introduce Indu Shukla. She has an outstanding professional and personal history. She works for the U.S. Army Engineer Research and Development Center in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Here she is. Indu Shukla is with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, situated in Vicksburg, Mississippi. She is overwhelmed with gratitude to receive the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. A little about Indu. She was born and brought up in India, where she received an undergraduate degree in biology before coming to the U.S. in 2000, where she started a family. But after some time, she decided to go back to school. She decided to get a degree in computer science and did a master's in computer science and engineering from Mississippi State University. She has worked as a computer scientist since 2009. Her background is in high-performance data analytics, scientific AI, and computer vision. Her research focus is focused on providing innovative solutions to Army's problems. Currently, she is working with the prognostic of brown vehicles and creating data-rich models of the facility. She is actively a participant in outreach activities for mentoring youth to educate kids to promote STEM careers. She's a mother of 2 teenage girls. She has 2 dogs. She loves to travel, go hiking and gardening. And here is a picture of her visiting the lock gates of the Mississippi River on a brainstorming session. Once again, Indu Shukla is honored and proud to receive the Asian American Engineer of the Year Award.
Presenting Indu Shukla, Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year awardee.
I'm Indu Shukla from U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to receive Asian American Engineer of the Year Award. It is such an honor to receive this prestigious award. This accomplishment is not something I did alone. I would like to thank ERDIC, my family, my team for their support and strength. This award is increasing my strength and responsibilities to further more extent, which I should live up to those expectations without any fail. I will continue in my effort to grow and excel in providing innovative solutions to the Army for many years to come. Thank you.
Congratulations to our Asian American Most Promising Engineer of the Year Award recipient, Ms. Indu Shukla, Army ERDC.
AAEOY awardees are all outstanding experts in their fields, and we are proud to honor them all. Many of our awardees have truly made lifetime commitments. Dr. Morris Chang of TSMC became a distinguished awardee at 88, and Dr. Ernest Koo of UC Berkeley was honored at age 86. AAEOY would like to thank them both for their continued contributions to the STEM community well into their senior years.
Well, Christy, it looks like we're near the end of our show.
But first, we would like to welcome Mr. Brian Pham, who is the Executive Committee Chair, AAEOY Conference, to present the closing remark.
A special welcome to Brian Pham, AAEOY Executive Committee Chair.
Thank you and congratulations to all the award winners this year. Your contributions have inspired us all. On behalf of the 2020-2021 AAEOY Committee, I would like to thank all the sponsors, all the honorable guests, our committee, our advisors, and all the volunteers. Without your support, we won't be able to deliver such a great program. Most important of all, I want to thank the audience for attending and celebrating with us. I hope you find this program meaningful and memorable. This is a very special year. I believe the most of you here have faced some difficulties and challenges in life or at work. So did CIE. With all the uncertainties, it was hard for CIE San Francisco chapter in decision making. We realized that the best way to protect the future is to create. We decided to make efforts for virtual conference. CIE San Francisco chapter is very pleased to host this virtual event during this pandemic year. We will continue to provide more and a great program for you. CIE SF chapter is very pleased to host the virtual event during this pandemic year. We will continue to provide more and great programs for you. Please check our website for update information. Moving forward to the next AAEOY, I would like to announce the 2022 AAEOY is moving to Los Angeles, California. Let's welcome the 2022 Committee Chair, Dr. Zhu Qingwen. As a tradition, I'm going to pass the seal to him. Dr. Zhu Qingwen, are you ready? Here we go.
Thank you, Brian. My name is Zhu Qingwen. On behalf of 2022 AAEOY Organizing Committee, I'm accepting this seal. We're looking forward to seeing you all in Los Angeles for the 2022 AAEOY.
Well, some very impressive people have been honored tonight.
And their contributions to the fields of engineering, science, technology, and executive leadership have far-reaching implications in many fields.
Yes, everyone here has a right to be very proud.
As we come to the end of today's event, we need to stop for a moment and acknowledge again those who made this year's event happen.
First and foremost, let's thank all of our superb sponsors and supporters.
Second, let's also give credits to the organizers and all the volunteers who made today's event successful.
In particular, it is the virtual AAEOY 2021 committee that put together this magnificent event.
Although the pandemic made our whole lives change, we are so delighted that our AAEOY Award event still continued and thrived, and we're sure that the next AAEOY Award event will be even better.
Thank you for being here with us at this event, and we hope to see you next time.